Let's dive in and create a new project using Bolt. I'll click on New, 3D World, and I'll just name it Bolt Game Jam. Click Create. So to add Bolt to our project, we can go to the Asset Store. And if you already purchased Bolt, you can go to your Assets. And under here, you'll be able to find Bolt. If you haven't downloaded it on the system yet, it'll have a download icon first. After you download, then you can click the import, and that will prompt you an import Unity package window. Click import. Now we can go back to our scene. In our assets folder, so you can see that we have the install Bolt folder. So just by importing Bolt, you're not done with the setup yet. You have to go to install Bolt folder, and in here you have two installations, and one is using .NET 3 and the other one is using .NET 4. We're going to use .NET 4, so double click on that, and that will start the installation of Bolt. Now we're prompted with another import Unity package window. Click import, and the packages start importing. After all the packages got imported, we get this window, Bolt Setup Wizard, and you'll have to walk through it. So click Next. Then we have a naming scheme options. For this video, we're going to use human naming. So let's select human naming. The next step displays all the libraries that are inside there. So we just click Next. We'll use all the libraries. The next one after that are types. And we'll scroll down at the end and click Generate. And that should start generating our project with all of those configurations. Okay, the setup is complete now. You can check out the manual, click Close, and we can go back to our assets. This completes Bolt setup for this project. And now you're ready to start making your game. So we're going to first create a move script so you can see how Bolt is used. Let's create a new object. So in the hierarchy, we go 3D objects, and let's use a cube. There we have a cube now. And to use Bolt in our object, we can go to the inspector and click Add Component. Under the list of components, we have a Bolt group. So we can click on that. And here's the list of Bolt components. We have the flow machine, the state machine, and variables. To move our cube, we're going to use a flow machine. So let's select flow machine. And when you select flow machine, it actually adds variable components as well. So here's the flow machine. And here what we have is an input field macro. And that's basically the scripts that a Bolt uses. So we can create new by clicking on new. We'll name it move, click save. That creates a move macro in the assets. You can see it right here. And it's connected inside our flow machine. To edit it, you can click edit graph, and that brings up the flow graph. Let's put the flow graph with the inspector. So right here, rearrange our windows a little bit. And the flow graph starts with a start event and an update event. But for movement, we're going to use a fixed update instead of an update. And we can do that by right clicking on the graph. Here we can search for fixed update. So fixed update, and there is our fixed update. You can remove the other events by selecting them and clicking delete. And the logic for getting the object to move is we need to get the current position of the object at some points to one or more of the axes and set that value back to position of the object. And to get the position of the object, we can search for get position. And there's more than one get position, but the one we're looking for is the transform get position. So let's select that. Now we need to connect this vector 3 to add, and a quick way to make a connection to get position. You click on this dot to create a connection and drag it out. And that gives you a drop down of some options that you can have. And the second option is actually add. So we can select that. So we have this connection made for input A, and for input B, we can create another connection, or we can write in the value. Let's use 0.1 in the X direction. And now we need to set this value back to position. So let's create another connection, and we'll search for set position. So set position, also transform set position. That's the one we're looking for. And this completes the logic for moving our object. But as you can see, the nodes that we created here are grayed out. And the reason why they're gray out is because we have not actually connected them to be ran. To run this logic, we need to connect it to one of the events. So here we decided to use a fixed update event, and we can create the connection to right here. And that's all we had to do to get the moving logic to work. So now I can click play. And there you go. You can see that our cube just moved away. And you can also see visually the flow of the graph and the values that we get from the nodes. So you can easily debug your logic. Now, if you want to have an option of setting the speed outside of the graph nodes and inside the object itself, Bolt has a variable options, and we can go to a window, and there's the variables window right here. We can open that up and let's dock it right here. So the variables can be created at different scope. There's 5 variable scopes, but the one that we are interested in is the object scope. Let's click on the object. And here we can specify the name for our variable. So let's use speed, enter, and that creates a variable, but we need to specify the type, and the type that we're looking for is a vector3. You can write the default value here. Let's actually set it to 0.05 in the X direction. And one way of adding this variable to our graph is just by dragging it from the variable window into our graph window. And now we can create a connection to the end. So now our graph is using the variable. You can change the variable either in the variables window, or you can change it in the inspectors. So under that variables component, we have that variable. Let's click play and see that our cube is moving slower now. So that's a quick getting started video using Bolt in Unity. Again, there's a link in the description where you can get Bolt. And let me know if you're interested in me creating more tutorials on Bolt. Write what you think about it in the comments. I will spend next 3 days making the game and tutorials for Bolt, so stay tuned for more.